Because that's really what Facebook is all about, is about the conversation. So when you teach people things, when you're using the conversation as the platform, guess what? You're going to get somewhere. Hey, so as part of our social media do and do not series, I want to talk about Facebook do's. We could talk all day about things you can do on Facebook, but I wanted to do like a 4 or 5 minute video just kind of talking about some of the keys that I've seen that are really effective, okay? Number one is tagging relevant people, right? So you tag the bands you're playing with, the people you're associated with, so that they see, so that they get that notification. Now, again, be aware there's a flood of Facebook notifications nowadays, as to make the platform borderline useless in some cases. You have to play with that in mind. So again, only be relevant. You want people to, when they see notifications from you, to think, this is real shit, this is important. So do tag people effectively. Simultaneously, guess what? If you're trying to make notifications from you seem important, engage at scale with your community. Comment on shit all day. Engage in conversations with people. The best way to engage in conversations with people is Facebook groups, right? I've used Facebook groups with huge traction. I've been very, very lucky with them over the past few years, like especially with the Ripple Wave Riders Unite group and the Prophecy Productions Third Year group. They're great income drivers for both of those labels, because we're able to target all the super fans and give them a place to discuss stuff that isn't just our label stuff, right? So we're taking advantage of a group setting where there's a lot more notifications thrown around, but there's also a lot more meaningful conversations to kind of grow, because that's really what Facebook is all about, is about the conversation. So when you teach people things, when you're using the conversation as the platform, guess what? You're going to get somewhere. You know, this is also part of why I'm a big Facebook Messenger guy, because Facebook Messenger is a great way to get people's attention. Some people don't use it at all, so you have to be sympathetic to that. But simultaneously, if you can use Facebook Messenger effectively and not be spammy, but instead be like meaningfully trying to talk to people and have a rapid response time, guess what? People are going to connect with that, and they're going to want to work with you more. It's really just an effective means for growth, learning, productivity, for lack of a better term. Push the interaction you have on Facebook as much as you can. A great way to do this is with polls. I've seen more and more bands now, they'll do like a weekly poll, or you know, where they just kind of, and it doesn't have to be like a band related poll, it just has to be like, hey, which do you prefer, Dio Sabbath or Adi Sabbath? Give people something like that. Or say, hey, what song do you want us to cover? And list 5 options for songs you like to cover. Because people want their voice to be heard. Because really the key here is you're making a one-to-many platform feel like it is one-to-one. And so when you're able to teach people that one-to-one platform, then guess what? You're going to have some very real, meaningful growth out of that. You're making them feel like their voice matters, because their voice does matter. It's part of why another one of my big Facebook do's when it comes to interaction is replying to every comment. Because again, people want to be engaged with. They want to have a reason to kind of come back to your page. They want to feel like they're part of the thing. If they don't feel like they're part of the thing, then guess what? You're shooting yourself in the foot. You've got to give people a reason to enter the community. This is part of why I try to be a very, very visible label guy, which isn't common for label guys, because it makes people want to engage with my acts more, it makes people want to engage with me more. It turns around and makes more money for everyone, because it gives people what they want, which is engagement with the artist, with the people behind the art. And I get, you know, to sell more records and to get more people to shows and share that experience that I love sharing with people. And that's really, really important to me. Motoring down this line of Facebook do's and sort of best practices here is really just kind of figuring out ways to make the other people's voice feel more powerful. One really big key here is shoutouts, right? So doing shoutouts either of bands you like, of super fans, of people in the scene. One thing people don't do enough that gets a lot of traction when done properly is shouting out promoters. Every city has its like hardcore DIY promoter who's been doing it for a decade, who's truly dedicated to the community, who's helping the community grow, right? Talk about them, make them feel loved. Social media is an incredible platform to express huge gratitude and love and passion for the community. So do that. So many people don't take advantage of Facebook for that. So, engage at scale, operate with gratitude, make people feel valued. When you do those things, you're going to get a lot more traction on your social media, and you're going to grow a lot more quickly, as long as things are formatted properly and look good. Because if your stuff looks like shit, you're already shooting yourself in the foot. Simple as that.